a time. In a land far, far away. Far east and beyond to the west.
What?
There lived a man named Rip Van Doren.
Rip Van Doren?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he was a spinning chimney sweep.
He was a spinning chimney sweep?
Mm-hmm. Like a dervish. So wherever he walked, he just spun in circles, causing little tornadoes behind him. And for this, he was beloved by some in the community, but others spurred him because...
Spurred him?
Yes. Because they uprooted... Because his little tornadoes uprooted their gardens when he walked by.
What?
But those who loved him
by, right?
followed him. Especially rats.
Rats?
And pigeons.
And pigeons.
That would sometimes go around an old lady who lived inside of a crystal ball and would sing sad songs
What?
about birds. Because she was poor.
What are you talking about?
Just
I missed a part. I missed a
shut
character.
up.
I missed a character.
Shut up. This is my story.
Okay.
So, Rip Van Dyke.
Doren.
Doren. Dyke Doren. His name gets longer every time. Rip Van Doopy Dyke Doren. I was walking, spinning down the street one day to go clean somebody's chimney, uprooting turnips and blowing up girls' skirts, followed by rats and pigeons.
Rats and flying rats.
No. Pigeons. It's a ghost. Until he came to the most beautiful woman he had ever seen waiting in front of the house that he was supposed to clean the chimney. And so he stopped, and his little jacket spun around him because his little tornado stopped, and all the rats.
Can you do that noise one more time? Thank you.
And all the rats stopped and went, and all the pigeons were like, and they all stopped, and they were like, say what? And he was like, beautiful lady.
I hate his voice.
His
voice is stupid.
I am Rip Van Doopy Dick Dyke Doren. And and I want to tell you how beautiful you are. Mind you, he was not that old, but he had some kind of throat disease from sleeping in rat dander and pigeon dung every night. And when I mean sleeping in, I mean sleeping with, if you catch my drift. He was also not liked very much in the community because he practiced bestiality on very, very small animals. So Rip Van Doopy Dick Dyke Doren Dean Der came to the young woman with her long onyx-colored hair and eyes, a shade of sky, and she spun flax in the front yard. And yet she was silent. And he said, young maiden, why do you not pay attention to my compliments? Verily, is it enough for an old man to compliment?
I thought he was a young man with a voice speech impediment.
Well, he's also retarded. I mean, wait, he's reversed. He's crazy.
He's also retarded.
people can't remember their age.
That's right.
Not. That's not funny, John. I was testing you to see if that was funny. You're not good. Retarded jokes are never funny. So, she just looked at him glassily and spun her flax. Her crimson gown cut low on her milky white bosom. Not only was he intrigued by her outstanding beauty, but her mystery and quiet. So he came to her and said, Maiden! Why are you not acknowledging my words? And she continued to ignore him. And he reached out to touch her active, silky palms. But accidentally, accidentally hit the spindle of her spinning wheel, which pricked his finger. And he instantly fell asleep, landing on a pile of rats and pigeons, and slumbered in the street into the blackest void. In his dreams, he was lost, and no one could understand him, and they seemed to go on forever and ever. As it turns out, the beautiful young maiden was really a cat transformed by an evil witch who had been molested by Rip Van Dyke Doran.
Oh,
Ding Doopy Diego Donks Silawach Simanak.
Doran.
No. And he had never made it right for molesting the cat against her will. So the evil witch turned her cat into the beautiful maiden to get back at him.
Okay, yeah.
Finally, one day, he awoke from his slumber.
How long did he sleep?
You want to stop cutting ahead of the hair? You want to stop cutting ahead? And he looked up at the sky. Stared at the clouds. And then suddenly, ow!
Oh, sorry.
Suddenly, a little silver flying object went across in the sky. And he said, Gadzooks, what's this? And he sat up. He goes, oh, and grabbed his hip and looked down on the ground. And he had little infections and cuts all over his back from all of the spines and femoral bones of the followers that he had fallen on and used as a pillow at the bed. And he looked round, and the thatched roof house that he had come to chimney sweep was now a high-rise building covered in stucco and tall glass. And no. Yes. No. And no.
Sorry.
Trace of
The milky bosomed woman.
the milky bosomed woman was left. So, Rip Van Dinkledong Doopy Salawa got up and began walking down the middle of the street. But it was no longer just sand and soil and hay. But now it was covered with a black cement with sunshine-colored strips cleaving through the center. And he became frightened by the differences. Where had all the flowers gone? Where had all the outside toilets gone? And just as he was pondering this, he looked up, and a gigantic metallic leviathan was driving toward him on massive bubbling wheels.